What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-hosts, Josh and John Luke. What's up?
We're here. Hey,
we're here. Post week one football.
Well, hey, the most important game is still tonight, guys. I don't know about everyone else out there, but I'm a big Ravens fan, and I am excited.
That's facts.
Guys, we have a special guest joining us today as well. Sean Foss is here with us on Twitter at Sean_Foss, Foss. He writes a weekly rookie fantasy football column on drink5.com, and you've got a lot to talk about this week in that column with the rookie storylines we've got. What's up, Sean?
Hey, guys. Happy to be here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to sitting down and writing the column this week. It definitely was a fun week for the rookies.
Very true.
And there's a lot positive and negative to be talking about in that column. I'm sure we'll get some questions about some of those players this week as we're streaming, but looking forward to seeing that. A reminder for everyone watching, while you're here, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It means a ton to us, and you can make sure you never miss another one of these streams. Again, we're live every day, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
I'm just realizing we actually got a pretty decent. We got all the rookie quarterbacks, or all the first round rookie quarterbacks, showed a little bit of what they could do. I know Trey Lance and Justin Fields didn't start, but they were on the field and they got some plays in. And they each scored touchdowns, actually, being the backup, and coming in kind of playing that just, runner role, the old Lamar Jackson's rookie year kind of position, right?
Yeah, I mean, all five rookie quarterbacks that played outscored Aaron Rodgers this week.
That's true.
That's actually nuts. Aaron Rodgers did look bad.
I saw a tweet earlier that said, I've never encountered a conspiracy theory that I was so ready to believe that Aaron Rodgers came back just to tank the Packers season. And I read that and I was like, I didn't know I wanted to believe that, but now I'm all in on believing that ridiculous theory that Aaron Rodgers is doing it on purpose. But yeah, he looked terrible out there. Just god awful on the field. Scott Fish is so excited to be coming on the show today. What? That's news to
me. Yeah. We'll see you in a little bit.
Craig saying you FYF guys are killing it with all these awesome shows. FYF 6 days a week now. Love it.
Thank you, Craig.
I'm sorry, you don't watch the Saturday FYF show that Scott hosts? Come on.
Ooh, Craig.
It's the best one. It's the best one. 7 days a week.
7 days a week.
7 days a week, including Scott's show on Saturday.
Man.
And Scott says he's been coding all day and he love it. You jealous?
I miss coding.
You can do it.
I want to code all day.
Do it. What's up, Marty? Welcome in. And Scott, man, you've just been super productive. And you've got time for a show. Knocked 14 things off his to-do list. What's number 15 going to be? Welcome in, NBA. What up, beautiful folks of the FYF family? What up to the beautiful you? I didn't know where I was going with that until I finished it.
The beautiful
you. How's that beat down in the listener league feeling, NBA? Huh?
Oh,
talking smack.
Big beat down.
It's Scott coming in, showing some love to Sean, saying I've hung out with Sean in 2 different states. There you go. You're
true story. He made a trip down from Minneapolis to Chicago for a fantasy football meetup that was only a few hours at a local bar here in Chicago.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So cool.
What a cool experience. Jay Wall in the chat says, let's get it. 3-5. The 3-5 crew back ready to dominate at some poll perception. And NBA wants to know, can each of you name a different team you were most disappointed with? I guess I'll start. And honestly, it was the Jaguars. I know that sounds like a cop-out.
An easy one.
I was excited for Trevor Lawrence. I was hopeful for Urban Meyer, even though all signs were pointing to it being a disaster. And it was that disaster. There were pieces in that offense I was very excited for, and I'm not sure how excited I get to be for them the rest of this season.
I think there's an easy one that we just talked about. It's the Packers. That's got to be the biggest one in my mind.
Yeah, the Packers were the obvious one, but to not steal the same answer, I'll say the Titans. The Titans looked really bad against Arizona, and you wonder how much of that is just losing Arthur Smith. That offense. I mean, granted, Smith didn't look any better in Atlanta, but the Titans looked really rough without him.
I'm hoping it was just that Arizona looked really good. That's what I'm like hanging my hat on, just hoping, because it's gonna be rough if the Titans are actually just play that poorly in every matchup. I would probably go with Atlanta. Would be probably my biggest disappointment. I was hoping Atlanta would move the ball a little bit more, and they just couldn't.
Especially against the Eagles, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't expect that.
Special shout out to the Bills losing the Steelers. It looked like they kind of had control of that game, and
they got away from them quick.
Got away from them. Yeah.
Yeah, that punt touch there. What was it? Blocked punt turned into a defensive touchdown. It's no good. No good.
Also, Scott letting you know, Craig, for the Saturday stream, he has a special link and password that people need to be able to watch it. And you have to get a part of the passcode from each of the 6 Monday through Friday shows. So L.
It's encrypted
L
too.
is the first part of the password. We'll give you a free one today. And Jordan coming in saying, I just like
that?
That'd be great. We should do that.
Amendola and Hogan got a touchdown from Tyrod and Jameis this week in 2021. The year's 2021, and that happened this weekend. Yeah, there was some interesting stuff going on. Mike's in here saying, hoping this goes better than your garbage
Screw you, Mike.
Takes, JL.
I'm hosting, so this is going to go fantastic.
And Tyler, the fantasy creator, in here with his new YouTube channel. Yeah, that's nice, Tyler. I'm digging the title. I like it.
Yes, Tyler, the fantasy creator.
Some more 3-5 crew love in here. And Craig in here with the 3-5 crew saying, are they like the 7th floor crew from Miami? I'm hoping it isn't. I don't know that reference. I'm missing it. Someone's going to have to let me in on that.
And then Jaguar like talking crap, saying he's beaten me in the dynasty. How's that beat down in the dynasty league? First of all, he didn't beat me in a race, but in the dynasty league, I'm going to be the second highest scorer in the league. It doesn't that suck when that happens? I'm going to be the second highest scorer. I'm going.
All I heard was you lost, Josh.
All
right, get out of here. Get out of here.
Oh, poor Josh.
It's like Tyreek Hill racing Usain Bolt and like being like, oh, he's slow.
You're comparing yourself to those two?
Yeah.
And Jaywall, so Jaywall is Usain Bolt.
I would be Tyreek Hill in this example, and Jaywall would be Usain Bolt. I'm better at football.
And Craig saying, oh boy, 7th floor crew, not safe for work. I'll Google it after the stream, Craig. How about that? And Tyler saying, I have a whole new level of respect for you guys. Starting a YouTube channel from scratch is literally a nightmare. Yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into it, man. But
I had lots of nightmares about it.
It's fun. And Tim said, no, you're not. I am Josh. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
I think he's talking about the listener league. We're talking about a different league.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. And Mike said, just take the L, bro. Come on.
Nope.
Okay, guys, we are going to play some poll perception today. But before we do that, Josh, real quick, has some news to go over. Just so everyone knows, we're going to run through some more on the office hours tomorrow after the stream. But we're going to quick hit some injury news right now from Josh.
Just
take it away.
Quick hitting stuff. Like Tyrell Williams, he's in the concussion protocol. I'm going to need help with this next one. Ryan Fitzpatrick, he suffered a hip
subluxation.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to say. That's actually concerning. He was put on the IR. He's going to miss at least a few weeks, and Tyler Heineke will get the start. So
Taylor
Heineke. Thank you.
I got you.
For tonight, the Ravens game, Tyson Williams will see the bulk of the carries tonight, which I think most people expected. Jerry Jeudy is projected to be out 6 to 8 weeks with a high ankle sprain. Very concerning if you're a Jerry Jeudy owner. I'm nervous. Cortland Sutton should look better going forward, though. Raheem Mostert was knocked out of the game with a knee injury. We don't really know the extent of the injury yet, but Trey Sermon, I am excited for him, even though he didn't get into the game this week. Elijah Mitchell needs to be picked up off waivers. And there's news that came out saying Damian Harris might have a reduced role after the costly fumble at the end of the game. They did lose the game because of this fumble, guys. So it sucks because I do think he was having a good game, but
he was
carries now.
Right.
Now, Sean, do you think?
Yeah, I was going to say replaces them because Ramondre also lost a fumble in that game. So who's the replacement? I mean, is James White going to carry the ball 15, 20 times a game? I don't think so. So one of those two guys, Harris or Ramondre, is still going to be the focal point of the run game.
I agree.
Yep, I agree. Completely agree. Is that it for news, Josh?
That is it. Just some quick hitting injury stuff. There wasn't anything crazy.
I love that he just goes into pensive thought afterwards.
I thinking about Damien. Just thinking about
Oh,
Damien.
Damien. Big sigh.
He's been so good. No, he's going to be good. Damien Harris, I do like him the rest of the season.
So Jordan saying Tim is his hero. Me
He's
too,
everyone's
man.
hero.
Tim is the
Be
hero.
my hero, Tim.
And JR saying chemo day, FY family,
Hey.
entertain me. Absolutely.
We'll do
my
our
man.
best.
We got you
We'll
today.
do our best, John.
We'll just be our normal buffoons over here for sure.
Our normal buffoons.
I'm Craig's Amanda. Jay will have a mustache now. He's turned evil these days. He's got evil Jay Wall.
JJ Taylor, right?
Scott Fisher and JJ Taylor. Yeah, absolutely. We've got one question before we jump into poll perception, guys. In a PPR league, what do you think about Calvin Ridley for T. Higgins straight up?
What?
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, not close.
Yeah,
Calvin Ridley. Not very close.
Yeah, don't overreact to this game. Yeah. The Falcons didn't look great, but Calvin Ridley is the main guy on that offense, and I fully expect him to have a much better season.
I suspect he'll have a better finish of the season.
Yep, absolutely. I think we're all in agreement there. So someone says there's a weekly challenge where someone is trying to stack.
Oh, you're getting Calvin Ridley?
Oh, then take it
get
heartbeat, without a doubt in my mind. Take
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Grab Calvin Ridley.
I love T.
doubt
Higgins,
about
but
it.
yeah, no.
Yep, same here. Okay, guys, today we are playing some poll perception. John Luke is going to host it for us. I'm going to run through the rules real quick before I hand it off to him. And this is how this game is going to work. John Luke found 7 polls for us before the show. They are fantasy or NFL related. He's going to propose one of those polls to a contestant. Let's say he asks me what percentage of people would prefer DeAndre Hopkins over Saquon Barkley. I would give an answer like 60%. And then the other 2 contestants will guess whether the actual answer, the actual percentage of people that chose Hopkins, is over or under my guess. You guys will get points for correctly picking the over-under. I'll get points the closer I am to the actual number. And we'll do 6 rounds like that, alternating between us, who's guessing the poll. And then in the 7th and final round, we will all guess a number. And whoever's closest will get 5 points to win the game.
And Josh will come out victorious. Let's go, guys. Yeah.
There are 2 other small rules.
I'm winning this one, Sean.
If you get it exactly right, it's 10 points. And if you want to, we have the Queen Bee rule. If you don't want to guess over under, you think the other person's exactly right, you can guess exactly on, and that's also worth 10 points. We call it the Queen Bee rule because Vonnie was the only one crazy enough to come in here and try it. Okay, John Luke, I'm going to pass it off to you. What order are we going in today?
All right, we got Simon going first, Sean going second, and Joshua, you're going third.
Woo-hoo!
You guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Simon, here's your first poll. Does Urban Meyer last the full season as Jaguars head coach before being fired or stepping away? What percentage of the public chose yes, he will?
You had to hit me with this one first because I'm trying to decide what Twitter's going to do because I think realistically they give him more than a year. Like even if he looks abysmal, but like reactionarily, I wanted to say fire him at halftime. Like that's where I was sitting and I don't know how people are going to vote. I think Twitter's going to be reactionary and take the extreme position that he's going to get fired before the season's over. And I'll say 62% of people said yes. 62%.
62% said yes. All right, Sean, do you think the actual percentage is over or under 62%?
So I think Simon might have flipped around which one of those 2 he was, because he's saying 62% Urban survives the season. Yeah. So I'm gonna go under. I think it's closer to 40%.
Taking the under. Joshua, over or under 62%?
I actually kind of am on the opposite end. I know how reactionary Twitter can be, but from a realistic standpoint, they got to give him a shot the whole year, I think. I think he will finish the season. I'm going to take the over here.
Taking the over.
Yes.
All right. We had some good guesses here in the chat. Let's see. 35%, which I think was before the poll even came out.
It was.
Craig had 55%. Jay Wall was 78%. Marty with 82%. What up, Marty? Albert, 41%. Jay with 100%. Much more reasonable guess. Mike with 68%. and Jay with 47%, and Jordan with the last minute guess here, 43%. All right. You guys ready for the answer?
I entirely read this wrong and still split the other two contestants on how
Yeah.
So we'll see how this ends up.
If I was voting on this, I'd say yes, but we'll see how reactionary people are.
I think people are reactionary.
Yeah, you're probably right.
All right. Well, the actual percentage that chose yes in this poll for does Urban Meyer last the full season as the Jaguars head coach before being fired or stepping away is 43%.
Oh my.
I can only believe that Jordan saw the poll because
nice job.
He came
Jordan.
in too late and he came in with the exact answer. So I'm not taking it.
Man, if I would have answered properly, I would have been within 5 and could have gotten some points. Like if I would have flipped it the other way.
Yeah, if you had said 40, it would have been tougher for me to go over or under.
Absolutely.
Yep. Albert was the closest apart from cheating pants Jordan.
I like how we're committing to the narrative that he's a cheater.
Oh yeah. Simon, you were 19 percentage points away, so you get 0. I'm sorry. Very sorry. Sean, you correctly guessed the over under. You get 2 points. And Josh, you get nothing.
It's okay.
You get nothing.
I like being the underdog. I like, kind of going in low expectations. No one's expecting me to do anything, but I'll be there. I'll be better at the end.
You'll be there.
Watch out, Simon and Sean. And another S.
Jordan saying he voted on it last night. And then he said, I meant this morning. Mornings and night are different.
See,
that's your lesson. That's your lesson for today from Front Yard Fantasy.
I'll be honest, like when you get to like 12:30, 1 o'clock at night or in the morning, it does kind of get a little weird, It's like it's night, but it's morning,
Yeah, it's until you sleep. It's not the next day until you sleep. Exactly. That's the rule.
Yeah. Exactly.
Science.
Sean, what do you think about Urban Meyer's coaching this past game? What are you thinking about the Jaguars moving forward? Do you have any trust in this offense or that he's going to right the ship?
So I don't have a lot of trust in him. Obviously, it's great to see Lawrence actually cash in some of those garbage time throws and ended up with over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. There's going to be a lot of garbage time, I think, for the Jaguars, but it's pretty clear. I mean, they're playing a really bad Texans team, or at least what we all believe is a really bad Texans team. And I mean, the Texans manhandled them. They just weren't ready for that game, which it has to fall on the head coach. And that's why it seems like if things continue down this path, it's hard to imagine he lasts the full season if they keep getting thrashed like this every week by mediocre teams. I mean, what are the good teams going to do to them?
Right. Yeah, no, it's a really great point. I thought that the Jaguars offense was going to be able to move a lot more efficiently. I thought that it was going to end up being high scoring games and they'll most likely lose. Not this game, but just in general. But we just didn't see it. Josh, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Trevor Lawrence, it was his first game. He's a rookie, and he kind of looked like a rookie. He got some decent numbers. He threw 3 touchdowns with 3 interceptions, though. Again, this team was the worst in the league last year, and I think we have to realize that. I think they're going to have a little bit of – they're going to give him some room on his leash, Urban Meyer. I truly believe that. But, Sean, your point stands. If they keep getting blown out by mediocre teams, let alone good teams, like – how long can he truly last? I do think he makes it through the entire season, personally.
Yeah, I do as well. Simon, what do you think? Anything else to add?
I agree with you. And I think like the most apparent thing for me was that this offensive line desperately needs to be addressed in the draft this coming year. I know we said the same thing about the Bengals last year. They took Jamar Chase, but that's this team. It's going to be a team with another high draft pick the year after drafting their rookie quarterback. And they absolutely have to get him some help on the O-line. So I do think Urban gets another year, and hopefully they can address those concerns and he can right the ship a little bit because Trevor looked terrified at points during that game.
Jordan said, when you were cutting up the Jaguars-Texans film, you lose track of words. He said at the end of the game, Tyron Johnson tried to sub out Marvin Jones, and he waved him off and then scored. Tried his darndest not to score. There you go.
So perfect.
That's awesome.
All right, Sean, are you ready for your poll?
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, moving on. Which running back will lead the Ravens in rushing yards in 2021? Latavius Murray, Tyson Williams, Le'Veon Bell, or Devonta Freeman? What percentage of the public chose Latavius Murray as the running back who will lead the Ravens in rushing yards in 2021?
So I think that most of the people who answered this are probably between Murray and Tyson Williams. I think they're probably pretty close, but I'd probably give a slight edge to Williams. So I'm going to guess that it was 41% said Latavius.
All right, you're guessing 41%. Ashua, the actual percentage, over or under 41%. And by the way, if you're in the audience, feel free to guess. I'm sure you see everyone else guessing. It's part of the game, and we will shout you out if you get close or if you beat these guys.
Or if you do really bad, we'll mock you.
Or if you do, yeah. Either way, we'll probably bring you up.
So Sean, I like the line you set. I do agree it's going to be split between Tyson and Latavius Murray, but I have to believe that Tyson Williams is going to kind of run away with this poll personally. Yeah, the second option, Latavius, but I think it's Tyson, Latavius, Le'Veon, Devontae Moore. But I haven't, I have to take the under. But I do think it was a good line you set there. I could see it being 41.
All right, taking the under, Simon. Is the actual percentage over or under? 41%.
Yeah, that's a good line. I think we're starting with like a 10 percentage point disadvantage if we're like separating these two, because Lev and Devonta will get some votes. Somebody will vote over there, probably combined around 10%. So we're starting with only like 90 available. And I do think Tyson Williams wins by more than 4 percentage points. So I'm going to take the under as well, but I'm not sure. That was a great line. I'm just mathing it out at this point because you hit exactly in that range I was thinking.
So you said under, Simon?
Yep, under as well.
All right. Simon also taking the under on Sean's guess of 41% as the percentage that chose Latavius Murray as the running back who will lead the Ravens in rushing yards 2021. Had some good guesses in the chat. J Wall 39%, Mike 29%, Craig 21%, Marty 37%, Fantasy Football Network 56%, Albert with 45%, Jay with 35%. That would be
so good for Sean, the 45%.
Yeah, it would. That would be clutch. David with 25%. That's it. And then Jordan said he's going with 5% because Lamar Jackson is really on the poll and JL is just tricking you guys.
I'll fight you.
Maybe.
I'll drive to Baltimore and fight you.
You can try. It was all ploy just to get you to come visit.
Come on in.
Come on in. All right. The actual percentage that chose Latavius Murray as the running back who will lead the Ravens in rushing yards in 2021.
Get me on the board.
Is 39%.
That was a great
job.
Damn good guess. Holy cow.
Excellent line. So you were 2 percentage points away, which is going to give you 5 points, Sean.
Nice.
And Simon and Josh, you both correctly guessed the over under. So you're each going to get 2.
Holy crap. Scott Fish got it right on.
Holy crap.
And actually, though, Jay Wall got it right on.
Jay Wall did get it exactly right. I can only suspect that he's cheating.
Oh, yeah, definitely cheating.
He must have seen this poll. So, Josh,
yes,
are you picking up any of these running backs if they're on the waiver wire? And if so, how much fab are you spending?
Well, Tyson Williams, absolutely. If he's still on the waiver wire out there, he should be rostered. I know we're in kind of a weird spot here before waivers have run and the Ravens haven't played. But if you have an open spot or you're able to drop someone still, you kind of – I'm not going to say Tyson Williams is a must-add, but he's as close as it comes because if he runs away with this job, which I think he has the opportunity to do, the Ravens are the beat reporters. The Ravens are saying great things about Tyson Williams. Even before all these injuries happened, he was going to make this team and be the third string running back. So Latavius Murray, he's the second most interesting. I would like to pick him up just to see how everything plays out, but he is the oldest running back, I believe, in the NFL, right? Didn't Scott give us that information in the past? But I think he's currently the oldest running back rostered in the NFL. He's probably in the most game shape out of the other options, the older options with Le'Veon Bell and Devonta Freeman. So I'll take a shot at Latavius Murray too.
What about you, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, I think in most leagues, Williams got picked up last week when Gus got hurt because they hadn't already signed Devonta Freeman and Le'Veon Bell and Latavius Murray. So I think if you're lucky enough that he's still out there on the wire, you should be going after him. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Matt Waldman and his RSP, but Tyson Williams was a big favorite of his a couple years ago when he was coming out. And he definitely has the talent to take over the backfield job and run with it. But I mean, if any of those other guys still has some juice, which I don't think Devonta Freeman does, but you never know with Lev Bell and Latavius didn't look washed up last year. I think they still will have some sort of mix, but I think Tyson leads the way.
So what percentage of your fab are you spending on, let's say, Latavius Murray if he's on your waiver?
Not a ton on Murray. I think probably it's a 10 to 20%, if that. I mean, I wouldn't spend a large amount. I think Tyson, I'd probably be willing to go 40 to 50%, but I'd be a lot lower on Latavius.
Okay. And is it the same for Bell? Around the same?
Bell, I think even a little lower because it's been a couple years since he looked like Le'Veon Bell. It's not like we've seen him be really productive since he was a Steeler before he held out for a year. You know, we didn't see that many flashes of it in Kansas City, and we certainly didn't see it under Gase with the Jets.
Yeah, absolutely. Jordan saying fantasy comes out you fast. It does.
I think he meant
out you fast.
But I like
out
it better as out. Fantasy comes out you so fast, man.
It really does.
It's like all that rocket. Pizza and wings on Sundays. Just
it's like really a rocket.
One positive too is we won't have to make any real, fab decisions until we see them play tonight.
Yep. Yeah. 100%. That makes it a little bit easier. Like we won't see Leb tonight, most likely, right? He hasn't been elevated from the practice squad yet, but or has that changed? If it's changed, it happened today. But
I don't think so. I think there's another running back that's not even listed here that is going to be probably
there's another
third string guy.
I saw that this morning, but I can't
Lamar Jackson?
McCrary? No.
Oh no, Trenton Cannon.
Trenton Cannon.
Yep,
that was it.
That's it.
That was
nice
it.
Yeah.
Very nice. So I think it's going to be Latavius Murray, Tyson Williams, and Trenton Cannon tonight.
Oh, okay. Jordan says, I miss Josh's dog walk vetoes.
I guess I could throw him. You're right. I miss them too. I should do more of those. I'm gonna do more. Jane and I, we're gonna get on that. All right, Jordan, just for you and everyone else
for you
wants to watch them.
Drop the mic. Said nobody did anything with Gase.
That's true. Yeah, it was a hellhole for fantasy football. I guess a black hole was a better word there instead of a hellhole.
Ricky!
What's up, Butts? Look at that beautiful avatar down there, Michigan.
I feel like he's just always taking care of business with that avatar. Like he's always mid high stakes negotiation. All right, Sean, you got a commanding lead here.
Yeah, whatever.
Feels good. Josh.
Whatever.
Josh is going to get a chance here to,
I'm going to win.
Make up the deficit. Are you ready, Joshua?
Let's go.
All right, here is your.
I'm back here.
Oh,
yeah, I'm ready.
Who will have more fantasy points this year? Amari Cooper or Ezekiel Elliott? What percentage of the public chose Amari Cooper? It's a fun one, right?
I hate this. Realistically, I am. Well, so what? Amari Cooper just scored like over 40 fantasy points or something like that, right? It scored like 40 fantasy points, or I in the 30s.
I have him on 0 teams. I don't.
He just freaking lit it up. And Ezekiel Elliott had one of the worst games. He had a horrible game against a really good Bucs defense. I think if we're thinking realistically, I do think there's a good chance that I think realistically Zeke is going to score more fantasy points than Amari Cooper in this offense, but. Being so reactionary, Twitter, how they like to do things. Amari Cooper is going to win this poll. I'm pretty confident. I'll go with 54.
David, we don't know. It's not specified on the poll.
I was going to say, I just wanted to put this up here to clarify for everyone. All the information we have from the polls is usually put in the chat. So if it doesn't say PPR, then we don't know if it was PPR.
Amari Cooper, he just lit it up. People love it. I'll go with 60% flat.
Sorry, say that again.
60% flat on Amari
60% flat.
Yes.
All right, Simon, do you think the actual percentage is over or under 60% flat?
The flat adds a lot here, by the way.
It really does.
Yeah, I think that's a good line. I think you're right on the reactionary aspect. That's going to come into play. I said it earlier, but man, I need to back up a second. Amari Cooper is probably my most rostered player and maybe my most loved receiver in the NFL. I love him.
He's on the floor back there.
I love him a lot. His jersey, it's because I can't hang it properly enough. So I have to just leave it on the floor. I don't want to shame him by putting him on the wall improperly. So my judgment is probably a little bit clouded. Like if I saw this poll after the games, I probably would have immediately clicked Amari Cooper without even thinking about it. But that's a high line, 60%. I'll take the under. I'll take the under is what I'm going to do. I changed my mind. I convinced myself, Josh, I think you're right. Like Elliott has like the higher percentage chance of finishing with more fantasy points, but I'll go that route.
Yeah.
All right. Simon taking the under.
I think it's a pretty well set line. Also, 60% feels pretty close. I was leaning.
Thank you.
Like as you read it, I was thinking high 50s, and he went 60 flat, so that makes it tough. But I think the more I think about it, the fact that it doesn't specify scoring, I think most people play at least half PPR or full. Very few people play with no points per catch these days. So I think that's where most people's minds go. And I think, again, Twitter being reactionary, I think it may creep into the low 60s. So I'm going to go over and probably regret it. But I'm gonna go over. I agree.
Split the room.
Rational thought, I agree Zeke probably will outscore him for the season. But I think the reactionary Twitter the poll's going to have it be in favor of Amari a little more than we expect.
It's week one. Rational thought is out the window, apparently, from what I've seen.
There's really no like period of the year where there is rational thought. We're pretty much always irrational. Yeah. All right, Josh, guessing 60%.
Yeah.
Flat. Simon taking the under. Sean taking the over on that. And we got some good guesses here in the chat. Jay Wall with 89%. Mike with 72%. David M with 19%. Wow, other side of the spectrum. Ricky Butts with 79%. Fantasy Football Network 72. Anthony 67. Albert 61. David 63. Craig, we don't accept floating point numbers, only integers. Sorry.
We'll
disqualified. Jay 43%. Jordan 69%. Nice. And then David saying, entertaining show so far, better than my work. But thank you, David. Means a lot today.
That's what we try to do, at least.
It's a low bar that we set. And we just have to be better than
we don't know what he does. He could be a professional golfer and really enjoy his job.
I actually do know what he does. He actually runs drink5.com. So
there we go. And before you reveal, I just looked up 2020 stats. Ezekiel Elliott did miss one game. Amari Cooper played in all 16. But Amari Cooper outscored Zeke by about 13.1 fantasy points in a PPR league last year.
It's been done.
It's been done. Just so you guys know.
All right. Well, the actual percentage of people who chose Amari Cooper over Ezekiel Elliott to have more fantasy points this year is 74%.
Oh my gosh! I talked myself out of the right answer.
74%.
Right, I was within 15.
Josh, you're within. You had 14 percentage points away, so you get 1 point. Sean, you correctly guessed the over/under, which gets you 2 points, increasing your lead. Sean. Simon, how could you betray Amari Cooper like this?
I'm struggling. I thought the other people betrayed Amari Cooper. But actually I did. I came through and said it's probably more probabilistic that Zeke ends up with more points. But I think your line just flustered me, Josh. Like your line got me all flustered. Probabilistic?
I like
probabilistic.
So. No,
maybe. I honestly have no idea.
I may use it more if it is a word. So
I believe it is.
We need to determine this. Okay.
I looked it up. Probabilistic, based on or adapted to a theory of probability subject to or involving chance variation. So I think I used it wrong.
UrbanDictionary.com.
I used it incorrectly, but I still used it. So, that counts. Right?
I still used it.
Mike was real close with 72%, and Fantasy Football Network also was 72%. You guys were right freaking there. Nice guesses.
Simon, coming to you first. Are you worried about Zeke after this week?
No, I really am not. I think watching the first half, I was a little bit concerned because I felt like I was seeing a lot of Tony Pollard, but then you look at the box score and all of his work was in the receiving game in that first half. Zeke was still the primary ball carrier. This was a very, very, very tough Tampa Bay defense. It doesn't matter who the running back was, they were going to struggle. And the Cowboys knew that. And they had to catch up. They had to throw the ball around to Cooper, Gallup, Lamb. So I think Zeke's going to have better game scripts in his favor. He's still a fantastic running back. This is just watch this Buccaneers defense all season and see how running backs struggle against him. It's not going to be just Zeke who has this kind of problem.
Sean, do you think that Amari Cooper will continue to have this type of season? Is this what we can expect going forward? Do you think this is going to go down or up?
So I think it's going to be, I think he's going to continue to play well and put up performances like this, especially with Michael Gallup now sidelined for a few weeks. I think it's going to be even more, dominant for CeeDee Lamb and for Amari. I think both of them are going to play well, and Dallas is still going to be pass heavy. We looked at the first 5-6 weeks of last year and said some people were saying there's no way they continue that sort of volume in 2021, and week one so far they have. So I think Zeke is going to have better weeks, but I think Amari will keep up this production because they're still going to throw the ball 40+ times every week.
Yeah,
Yep.
I would agree with that. I don't know if they're going to quite hit 58 attempts every game. This was a very pass-heavy game against Tampa Bay, but I agree with you. I don't think it's going to be drastically off. So I think you can expect a good season from Amari. Josh, do you agree or disagree with either of these takes on Amari Cooper or Zeke?
No, I don't. I think I'm probably a little bit more worried about Zeke. I'm not actually. I think he's going to have better. I mean, he played a very good defense, but I think a lot of people were out on Zeke last season. After seeing what he was doing, he had a very down season. Didn't have over 1,000 rushing yards, and maybe we got to realize that maybe he is kind of hitting that cliff a little bit. I don't know. We'll see.
I think the thing that kind of concerns me a little more is how often on pass plays he was kept into block, because they were missing Zach Martin week 1, but now they're going to be missing Lael Collins for the next 5 weeks. I think that may be a theme for teams that blitz a lot, for teams that have good pass rushers. They may need to keep him into block. And part of his, the case for him being a top 5, top 6 running back this year is that he was catching a lot of passes with Dak early last season. That might not quite happen this year.
Yeah, no, it's a great point. Yeah. All right.
You're going to be able to put him in your fantasy lineup every week still, though.
Yeah.
And one more thing about Amari Cooper. I'm not projecting these like close to 40-point games for him the rest of the season, but I just want to make sure everybody watching, I know there is still this narrative out there for some people that Amari Cooper is an inconsistent receiving option because of his time before the Cowboys. Since he's been with the Cowboys, he has been wildly consistent. Go look at those game logs. I think this is a receiver you can depend on week in, week out. This isn't a Mike Evans type of receiver who I also love, where they're going to be touchdown dependent. They're going to have those big blow up weeks and then the weeks on the sideline. I think Amari Cooper is going to continue that level of consistency we've seen for the past couple seasons with the Cowboys. No more calling him inconsistent. If you're doing it, you're fired.
Inconsistent.
You're fired.
Damn it.
Now
all right.
Finish the game.
Moving on to our next poll. We're in round 2. Simon, ready for your second poll?
Sean, you're going down.
All right.
We'll see how it goes, Josh.
All right, Simon, which team will win? Really simple. Ravens, Raiders. What percentage of the public chose the Ravens as the team that will win?
Man, come on. Give me a fantasy poll. I'm much better at those. I'm getting all these NFL polls. I'm going to go. I think more people are on the Ravens side than the Raiders side. Though I do think people are underestimating what the Raiders are going to be able to do in this game, especially with all the injuries on the Baltimore side of the ball. I still think the Ravens are going to win. I'll put it at 69%. We'll go 69.
Nice. All right, 69%. Sean, the actual percentage over or under 69%?
I'm going to go over. I think he's about 10% too low. I think it'll be high 70s.
All right. Sean taking the over. Joshua, over or under?
I think Sean's about 10% too low. I'm going to take the over. It should be in the 90s,
Right. Well, I think people see the injuries to the running backs and to Marcus Peters, and there are at least a handful of people who are like, oh, no, the Ravens could struggle. But I still think a large majority expect them to win.
I agree.
All right. Simon guessing 69%. Both Sean and Josh taking the over.
Uh-oh.
Simon, you failed to split the room.
I know.
It's the Ravens, man. It's the Ravens versus Raiders.
The Ravens. David in here with 81%. J Wall 54%. Fantasy Football Network with 81%. Marty with 93%. Anthony with 23%. Oh.
Nope. Go further down.
Albert with 79%. Mike with 84%. And Anthony, correcting his previous blunder, I guess, with 77%. All right. Well, the actual percentage that shows the Ravens over the Raiders in this game tonight, Monday Night Football, is 68%.
Oh, I was so close.
Very, very close. And you edged both of these guys out.
I hate this game. I hate it. I quit.
Simon, you were 5%. Or, I'm sorry, 1 percentage point away, which gives you 5 points.
I'll take it. I'm back in this, baby. I'm back in it.
People taking the Raiders. What the hell? I think Sean summed it up pretty well, though. Seeing a lot of injuries to the Ravens, it is going to affect them. It sucks to see. They've had a lot of top-level people get injured, but I do think they are just the better team. But, hey, the Raiders are at home, so it can absolutely happen.
It's too many Raiders fans.
Too many Raiders
fans. Raiders Nation coming out and representing in this poll.
It was a big poll, 5,008 votes.
Man,
you know what? Everyone voting on this forgot. Everyone who voted for the Raiders forgot that the Ravens have a secret weapon this week.
Lamar Jackson.
Week 1, Sammy Watkins is on.
And
true.
It doesn't matter what other injuries they have. He's going to drop 40 fantasy points and win that game for them. So everyone remember that.
Yeah, I think people also forget, like the Raiders usually have a pretty efficient offense, even when they don't have great skill players under Gruden, but their defense is bad. I mean, it is really bad. The Ravens are going to be able to run all over them.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And the Ravens defense is stout. You know, they're going to have they'll be able to stop
even without Marcus Peters.
Raiders. Yeah, even without Marcus Peters.
Yeah.
Jay saying, if I wasn't so thirsty, I would have hit it right on the nose. You know what? I was debating what number to say on that range, and I decided to go with 69 just because it's the number, and I couldn't do it.
Thirsty boy. And then Jay coming in with, I guess, breaking news. I guess we could trust Jay a little bit more than the normal chat, but Mostert out 8 weeks.
I'm pretty sure Jay is the one. He came in with one of those.
Though, to be fair, he got faked. He got faked out. He wasn't lying to us. He got faked out by a fake Schefter account.
I forgot that.
Yeah.
I did just look at the lock screen on my phone, and that was the first notification. So I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Jay on this one.
Yeah,
pick up Elijah Mitchell.
I'm upset. I had a lot of Mostert. I was excited for the start of the season with him. He's one of the players when he's healthy, you start him. I just really thought we were gonna get at least 2 games, not like a quarter and a half or 2 quarters whenever he was injured. So it's disappointing. It's sad.
Let's quickly go around. How much fab are you spending for Elijah Mitchell? I'm assuming he's on most people's waivers. Simon, start with you.
This is a tough one. It depends on the team that I have. So if I drafted robust RB, which is a couple of my rosters, I'm probably only spending 10% on him, taking that shot, hoping things go well. If it's a 0 RB team, this is the kind of player you take your shot on. This is the kind of player that you plant your flag on and see if they are going to be that league-winning type of player that you're looking for. I'd put 55% on him if you really need that running back, if you were a 0 RB team. Somebody in that Shanahan offense is going to be very, very valuable at the running back position. And what we saw week 1 says it's Elijah Mitchell. Now there's room for other backs. There's room for Sermon to come in and carve out a role, but I'll spend up if I need a running back.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a question for you and it just flew out of my brain. I don't know where it went. Sean, how much percentage of your fab are you spending on Elijah Mitchell?
I think I'm pretty much in the same boat as Simon. I think that if your team is loaded at running back, there's no reason to kind of pay up for him. I also think that the 49ers, even though Shanahan offenses typically get a lot of production out of the running backs, it's a different guy every week. I mean, we may even see Jeff Wilson Jr. come back at some point and be a factor in that offense. But I also think that week 1, Sermon being out may have something to do with him not playing on special teams. And then, obviously not being able to have all of their running backs active, that's probably what kept him from dressing. And I think he will mix in more as the weeks go on. I don't think that it's going to be just Elijah Mitchell carrying the ball, getting, close to 80-90% of the rushing attempts going forward. I think you're going to see a lot more from Sermon. So I would probably not, go crazy even in a 0 RB situation and planting my flag in Mitchell. Make a claim for him, but don't go too crazy.
Josh, what do you think? What percentage?
I think Sean summed it up perfectly. If I really needed a running back, though, I'm willing to spend up to 40% of my budget.
40%.
Even though I do think that Trey Sermon is going to come in there, and I think there's a good chance he is the leading runner going forward.
I want to give a shout out to Ray GQ for a second, though. I saw it come across my timeline this morning from well before even the NFL draft. He spoke it into existence. He said, everyone write this name down. He'll probably get drafted on day 3, so he won't be undrafted like James Robinson. But 2021's James Robinson is Elijah Mitchell. He called it out, so that dude's ahead of the game. If you listen to Ray, you don't even have to make a waiver claim because you already had him on your roster.
Yeah, definitely worth a follow. And then Anthony came in here. What's Sean's Twitter handle? He earned a follow, and he really did. If you're not following Sean already, make sure you go follow him at Sean_Foss. All right, Sean, still in the lead. Simon has crept up from the rear.
I hate this game.
Those Raiders fans took me down a little bit here.
They did. And Josh is still picking grass.
I like grass.
You do like grass. All right, Sean, you ready for your poll?
Yep, ready.
What did I just say?
All right. Similar question. Which team will win? Saints or Packers? What percentage of the public chose Saints as the team that will win?
I'm guessing this is from before the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
This is, I mean,
That would be a dumb poll.
This was obviously going to be pretty heavy on the Packers side. I think this one is going to end up being more lopsided than the Ravens and Raiders poll was. I'm going to say 26%.
26%. Locking in 26%. Joshua. The actual percentage over or under 26%?
I don't know. 26% sounded great, honestly.
Queen Bee it.
I'll take God. I'll take the over.
Joshua taking the over.
Yeah.
Simon, are you taking the over or under on 26%?
I'll take the under. I think most people were on the Packers side of this matchup. I don't think anyone projected a 5-touchdown game, 0 interception game from Jameis Winston, and Aaron Rodgers getting taken out of the game for Jordan Love. Now I know it was because they were way down. It's not like he got benched, but still, that's what happened. That's what happened in that game. That's crazy. Under.
All right, Simon taking the under. Josh taking the
Split us.
over. Both on Sean's guess of 26%. We had some good guesses here in the chat. David with 38%. Anthony with 22%. Craig, 16%. Albert, 33%. Ricky Butts with 26%. Fantasy Football Network, 39%. Mike with 31%. And J Wall with 11%. Oh, a little bit spread out there. A little bit spread out.
Definitely spread out. I'm nervous.
Yeah, I'm worried I overshot it, but we'll see.
The actual percentage that chose the Saints as a team that will win in the matchup between the Saints and the Packers is 14%.
Whoo!
So
honestly, I lit my I was like if this poll was a little past the game, maybe it's still open and maybe people are just coming in like Saints because they
Josh
knew the outcome.
Adding his own narrative to the poll. I like
Yes.
it.
That stuff happens though.
Yeah, it does. It does.
this poll was closed before then now. So your theory is wrong.
I should have probably asked.
Let's see. Let me update the score here.
Clinging to a 1-point lead, I think, at this point.
Yes, you were 12 percentage points away.
Guys, I'm getting this one spot on. Let's go.
Simon, you correctly guessed the over-under, so you get 2 points.
And I saw.
Gosh, you're still there picking grass, buddy.
Have you ever picked grass before? It's kind of entertaining.
It is cathartic. Yeah, it's very cathartic.
Yeah, it keeps you keeps your mind like.
What was the actual answer again, JL?
It was 14%.
Yeah, Craig was right.
Craig was 2 percentage points off. Very good guess, Craig. Nice job, Craig.
And J Wall only 3 off. You guys killed it.
Yeah, J Wall. Sorry, second place. Craig beat you. All right, moving right along. Josh, you ready for redemption?
I'm coming back. Here we go.
Are you ready for your redemption arc?
Give it to me.
All right. Here's your bowl. Same theme here. Which team will win? The Falcons or Eagles? What percentage of the public chose the Falcons as the team that will win in the matchup this past weekend?
I'll tell you this. I was picking the Eagles in this game. I did a couple, pick-ems, and I was picking the Eagles, but I bet this is a lot closer when it comes down to it. I would go with the Falcons were home. I'm pretty sure about that. I want to go higher. Like my mind's telling me to say 45%, but for some reason I feel like it's good. I'm gonna go with 45. I'll go with 45. 45.
Locking it in, 45?
Yeah, 45.
All right. Simon, it's the actual percentage, over or under 45%?
I think that's a good guess, but I also think Eagles fans are absolutely bananas, and there's way more of them on Twitter than there are Falcons fans, at least from what I see. So I'll take the under. I think these Eagles fans attacked this poll and made it a little more lopsided.
Oh, no.
All right, Simon taking the under. Sean.
I think that the Falcons fans are just quieter on there.
But they vote harder.
They definitely exist.
Yeah.
I think this is I think this is going to be above 60%. I think it's way over.
Wow. Uh-oh.
All right.
I think most people thought the Falcons were going to win that game. I also, like Josh, picked the Eagles to win. But I think the majority of people thought Atlanta was going to win that game.
All right. Sean taking the over. Simon taking the under on Josh's guess. 45% as a team that will win.
J Wall said, "Go Birds," and Anthony said, "Both are birds." J Wall. J Wall's just a fan of both teams, bird teams in general. J Wall just cheers for.
Birds.
I hope he has a jersey that just says like bird teams, like across the front.
I love that he yelled it back. Both are birds, J Wall. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, we had some good guesses here in the chat. Where did it end? Okay, nice job, Craig, after that. Mike with 21%, Anthony with 48%, J Wall with 56%, Albert with 55%, Marty with 42%, Craig 51%. That's it.
All right, 45%. Let's go, boys.
All right, you guys ready?
Yes, 45%. Spot on.
All right.
I'm in the lead. Let's go.
The actual percentage that chose the Falcons as a team that will win in the matchup between the Falcons and the Eagles is 58%.
Ah,
58%. Josh, you should have trusted your gut, but you were still 13 percentage points away, so you still got a point. You still got one. It's gonna feel real good.
No, it doesn't feel good.
John, you correctly guessed the over/under, which gives you a nice little lead over Simon, who incorrectly guessed the over/under.
I did. I'm
doing this to me, Sean.
Also, Schmid14 in here saying late to the show, but wanted to say great job last night, boys. Appreciate that, cousin.
Thank you.
This is my cousin in here. I appreciate that. Thanks for tuning in and watching. And we'll be back next week. If you guys missed it, watching Sunday nights at 7 p.m., we are live on the FanDuel, Twitch, and YouTube channels doing a Sunday night recap of that day's NFL games for fantasy. So make sure you're tuned into that this coming Sunday.
Yep, every Sunday. All right. It's quite a game we got going on here. Josh,
quite a game. Yeah.
Josh, you can maybe win if you
get it exactly right.
If you do the opposite of what you've been doing the whole game.
Don't play like crap. Okay.
Yeah.
Good call. Good call. I'll try.
Sean, you got a nice lead, but it's not quite enough to be safe from Simon here, who can steal it on this one. We're going into our last round, which is a little different. If you don't know, each contestant's going to give us an exact percentage guess on the poll. And whoever's closest is going to get 5 percentage points. If they tie, they get the same number of points, or if they both guess the same number. And if they guess it exactly on, they're going to get 10 points. So that's how Josh can still save his ass here.
I get this exactly right.
Do you happen to have pen and paper handy? If not, you can just reveal your answer first, and Josh and I will write ours down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I do.
Or a phone.
Oh, you're muted.
That reach over for the pen muted the mic there. So
sorry about that.
All good.
I can write down a number.
Perfect.
All right,
Sean,
here is your final.
I want to win really bad, but if it has to be, at least beat Simon. Like, don't let Simon win. Like,
I'll do what I can, Josh.
All right.
I will do what I can here.
Thank you.
All right, here's your final poll. Which team will win?
God.
Jaguars or Texans? What percentage of the public chose the Jaguars to win in this matchup this past weekend? Keep your answers hidden or written down. Don't reveal them yet. I'll give you a little time.
I don't even know what public perception, I don't know what my perception was. I feel like I had a strong opinion before this game started, and that game just mixed up my whole brain.
That game just mixed up my whole brain. You and Jordan.
I know. It's really throwing me off.
Some good guesses already here in the chat. You got it, Josh?
No. All right.
All right, you ready, Sean?
Yeah, I've got an answer written. This is a tough one, but I've got an answer written.
My pen doesn't like working right now.
All right. Simon?
1 second. I'm writing it down.
How long does it take to write down two numbers?
I got it.
Or one number? 1 to 2 numbers.
Well, it didn't work on the first piece of paper I tried it on.
No, yeah, that's what I was having trouble with, actually. My pen wasn't liking writing right on the table, I guess.
All right,
man,
you guys ready?
Yeah, I wrote down mine, and I'm seeing some of the ones in the chat, and I'm not happy with mine now all of a sudden.
All right, we'll start with you, Josh, since you're in last place.
Great.
Give us your answer.
63.
63%. Good job.
No, Simon. Don't do it to me like that, Simon.
Simon,
Okay.
you're next. 64.
Great. That's great. That's perfect. Sean's face is a little like...
I was worried that I was underselling this. I don't know. It's hard to maybe read it.
74.
I thought I might be too low because people
I think I might be
were
as
treating
well.
the Texans like they are the worst, like historically bad.
Yeah.
Everyone assumed they're the worst team in the league. And I think that even playing the Jaguars, people thought the Jaguars were going to win that game.
I did. I did for sure. I think I got eliminated in the first week of the Eliminator because I picked the Jaguars.
Oh, yikes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I figured this was like a good week to pick them. I didn't know how many times I'd be able to use them throughout the
Oh
season.
boy, were you wrong.
And oh boy,
now-
was I wrong.
You picked a team that has now lost 16 games in a row.
Yep. Oops.
All right, we had some good guesses here. Mike, 83%. J-Wall, 79. Anthony, 60. Ricky, 84. Marty, 72. Craig, 85. David Biggs, 90%. Ha-ha!
Ha-ha!
Albert with 68%. Tim with 92%. I can't, every time I see Timothy Wright, it just cracks me up because I never call him Timothy. Timothy. And my mom in here, 77%. Good guess, Mom. Good guess.
Good one.
And Ricky said, I hated on Houston so bad last week, and they said, F you, Rick.
Just because of you, Rick. Just because of you.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, the actual percentage that chose the Jaguars in this matchup, this week 1 matchup.
But 63%
was 85%. 85%. Craig nailed it.
Whatever.
Exactly.
All right. You know what?
Sean, you pulled out the victory.
I thought I undersold it at 74, and yeah.
You got it.
You
really undersold it.
If you would have asked me this before the game, I think my guess would have been more in the 80% range, but I was still like putting the results of what happened in the pregame mindset. I was having trouble separating them. Nice job, Sean. Nice job coming in and taking the win.
Decisive victory.
Also, wire to wire, I don't think you were ever not in the lead. I think you were in the lead the entire game and then pulled out the W at the end there.
It's probably I got I got the first one right, I think, and then the second one I was only within a couple percent. So I think you're right.
We
So,
never
Josh,
I'll take it.
Josh, are you now ready to lose?
Josh. Yeah, I'm ready. I already did. All right. I'm not ready. It happened. There's nothing to be ready for. I'm just dealing with it now. All right.
This is my life now.
I'm out of here. You know.
Oh, there goes Josh.
He actually left. Josh said, I'm out of here. Sean, great job on the win today. And I appreciate you taking the time to come hang out with us and play this game with us. For those of you who do not already follow Sean, I know Anthony said he earned his follow, and he should have earned everybody else's follow here as well. So go find him on Twitter at Sean_Foss. That is FOSS. Right. So make sure you're following him there and check out his weekly rookie column over on drink5.com. I'm excited to check out this week's. Like I said, there's a ton. I know there's a ton that you're going to be talking about over there. Sean, thank you so much, my man.
I appreciate you guys having me. Thanks so much.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to have you back so that we can enact our revenge. We need that redemption opportunity for us. You just came in here and absolutely dominated us.
I need it.
Said it exactly right.
Anytime. I'll come back and defend the crown here.
Perfect. Guys, Josh, I know you and I were talking after all the games yesterday and after Mostert went down and we were
Trading makes fantasy fun.
Trading does make fantasy fun. Let's go.
Trading makes fantasy fun. That's it for us today, guys. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel, Front Yard Fantasy. And a reminder, tomorrow after our stream at 4:15 Eastern time, we will be hosting fantasy office hours as well. So if you have any waiver wire questions, start, sit, decisions, trade questions, bring them on over there for fantasy office hours, and we will get all of those answered for you. Until then, though, guys, we are out of here for today. Adios, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Good job, Sean. Good job.